Right, before we get into the vlog today, let's talk about how my deload week went really quick. So let's take a look at the calendar. So here's how my weight fluctuated throughout the week. Let me explain some things a little bit. So for the most part, I ended where I wanted to end at the week. And pretty much, I didn't do any like carb cycling or anything. I just kept everything as close to maintenance as I could keep it. So that's a little bit low compared to the beginning of March, where I was still in the bulk and I did this weird carb cycling in that week. But here I was at maintenance, so that's literally almost like a 600 calorie drop. But it wasn't, I didn't like immediately drop into it, because with this carb cycling it kind of helped transition me to have a couple of days of low eating just to kind of feel that out, and then just eat in at maintenance just felt all right with this week. So as you can see, I started to dip into 152. I actually dipped past it, and there's actually a day where I even dipped past it even further. I'm like, wait a second, stop. What the hell happened here? So I hung out with some friends on the 24th, and we ate food. I disregarded anything nutrition this day. We ate food, and I also drank, and I haven't drank since maybe October. And if anything, if given the opportunity to drink, I would never drink at all, because I don't really like drinking anymore. So I think I was pretty much really dehydrated on the 25th, and even though this was still part of the workout week, still managed to get a good workout in. But once nutrition started went back to normal, everything started to be consistent the next couple of days. And oddly enough, I had my cheat day, or my cheat meal I should say, on this day post workout after my pull day. And I think what was it? So I had like 5 chicken sandwiches from Wendy's, and also 5 4-piece chicken nuggets. When did Wendy's go from 5-piece chicken nuggets to 4? I'm confused. I'm pretty sure they were 5 at some point. It's been a while since I've been to fast food. When did it turn into 4? Or was it always 4? I'm confused. And so having my cheat meal eventually ended up to be, well, still at maintenance, which is, well, kind of odd. But I feel that's kind of cool. But pretty much a really good, successful, active recovery week with this deload week. And so now everything becomes serious on the 29th. Wah, wah, wah. Alright, so today's vlog will just strictly be about off-season. We're just going to reflect on my off-season and just my thoughts about what has happened thus far. So to kind of roughly summarize the off-season, I started my off-season pretty much right after the June show, the Natural Columbia Classic last year. And that started around, I think, like June 30th. So the 29th was a Sunday, I think. And then the 30th, I was home and I started training off the bat. Started following tracking foods, nutrition, and all that jazz. I did a reverse diet maybe for a good like 4 weeks or something. And I think at like 4 weeks, I was able to get back up to maintenance. Now, I could explain reverse diet for people who don't know, but it's just basically add in calories back in from being in a deficit for so long. So it's just that, but the concept of it is a little bit more complicated. I don't want to explain it because this would make the video long. But I didn't treat it like a traditional reverse diet. Like, I actually started a little bit higher than usual, but whatever. But anyways, from there, started slowly adding calories back into it until I got to maintenance. When I got to maintenance, I didn't want to just start bulking off the bat. Or my initial idea was to not just go into a bulk phase off the bat, because I know, like, if I just start eating, it becomes a bad habit. Or if I just start eating a lot of food, especially junk food, it becomes a bad habit. So I kind of stuck with the reverse dieting idea of adding calories back into my diet until, I was into a good bulk range. And the idea of what I want to do with the bulk is, if I was maintaining for a certain period of time or even losing weight, that I would add, a little bit more calories onto that. And so I did that for, a good period of time where, I'll see like, maybe I was at like 2,500 calories, and then like maybe like over like 5 days or something, my weight's maintained. So I was like, okay, let's add a little bit more. Or even like 2,500 calories go into maybe like 3 workout days, like my hypertrophy section. I lost weight each and every one of those days. So okay, so let's eat more. And so it got to the point where like my body like adapted to like 3,000 calories, and I'm like, man, this is actually pretty cool. Like I'm actually eating a lot of food, and like my body's actually responding to that. Either like days where I'm losing weight, or like I might maintain, or even just gain a little week by week. And it was kind of crazy to kind of see all that happen and observe. Like I even jot down notes like my body is responding well to like 400 carbs, and it is delicious. but but yeah, it's that's what I did for like the nutrition part. The training portion of it is that, well, I've been following power hypertrophy adaptive training for the absolute longest time, so I figured why not keep it that way? So I stuck with that. Having an upper lower 2 days upper lower for strength training, and legs push pull for the hypertrophy section. Um, Progression wise, the concepts were the same up until maybe like around um, maybe like September or October around there, or no, even before that, where I wanted to make sure I wanted to train. I guess I want to say natural, but as naked as I could be. I wouldn't mean as by as naked as could be is trying to not use a lot of like equipment like belts and straps. I would use wrist wraps, but I wouldn't try to use belts too often, or wrist straps too often, or even knee wraps. I haven't even touched my knee wraps in like eons. It's been it's been quite a long time before I even used knee wraps. So I never really used those, and just because of just training just like that, like as raw as you could be, I made some pretty good progression from that. And it's amazing that over the 9 months that I was able to do now, I was able to hit the numbers that I was able to do last off season when I was 160, but I'm able to do it at a lower body weight, because I had the PR of hitting 280 on the bench for two. I've been able to do a 315 squat for a couple reps, I think like three, without a belt. And I pulled 405 for the first time, just at the beginning of the month. And I just recently got back into training for deadlifting, and I did it conventional too. So I'm like, something's working, and I all did it. I all did it around 150. It's crazy. It's crazy. Mind blown. But this off season has been extremely successful, and it just kind of proves to me more and more that I'm still not confident in myself, and I underestimate myself. But I'm a much more capable person. It's weird that something simple and insignificant as bodybuilding, compared to like the important things in life, that bodybuilding for me has beginning to teach me more about myself more than anything, more than anything that I've accomplished thus far. And it's weird to say all that lifting weights you develop a character. And I actually feel a lot more better about myself each time like I'm hitting maybe like an extra rep, or if I do manage to hit a heavier weight, because everything at that point, it's like it's new territory. It's like you want to keep exploring it. It's like, what can I do beyond 280 on the bench? What can I do beyond 400 on a deadlift? Can I hit triple body on a deadlift? I don't know, but it'd be kind of cool to see if I could actually get there. And that's what I thought with this off season. Like the moment like the strength gains were coming, I was like, I want to get there. I want to get there. But at some point, I was like, okay, Ray, you're getting fat. Probably should start thinking about cutting. And that's what I did not do with this off season. Is that I didn't do not a damn of cardio until like these last couple weeks, where I just started to slowly introduce it again. I never did a damn about cardio, and that's where I started to feel uncomfortable about eating a lot of foods, and just the fat gain around me started to accumulate. It was just like, yeah, Ray, you're getting fat, but you're still kind of in shape. Like friends would look at me like, Ray, have you changed? You it doesn't look like you changed. Because some friends haven't seen me for quite a long time, and they're like, huh, maybe like the last time they saw me was like back when I did the April show, and comment like, Ray, have you changed? But the people who have noticed, they're like, Ray, you're like wider and bigger. Like, I may not look right here because I'm kind of slouching in front of the camera, but a lot of people haven't commented like it's you just have like a better look to you. And that's the stuff that like brings up my confidence, because I never really can tell if everything's working or not, but it's working somehow. And that's like I said, like I underestimate myself. I know that I'm better. It's just there's not a lot of things that kind of help confirm that to me, or like who I am, things just go over my head and just like, yeah. So be better. So I feel like this off season has, you know, really taught me that I am a lot better, and I'm gonna take that mentality going into contest prep tomorrow, or at least the contest prep period, when I start up. And, you know, I'm just gonna keep that in mind, that, you know, I am capable of better things. And so with this season, with this contest season coming up, like, I know I can do better if I try. And a lot of people know that I do try, and I just want to make everything successful for me, and I don't want to let down other people's expectations, or just because I've been doing this thing for such a long time that, you know, I don't want to just stop. I want to keep going. I want to see, what can I do? What am I capable of? So we're going to see all that in the next contest season. All right, so stay tuned, because this guy is going from short, fat Filipino to kind of skinny, maybe not so lean, but still Filipino, not really strong. I need to work on my confidence. Yeah, we're going to work on that. Stay tuned.